everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Summer. Today's video is all about how to get the most out of your volume products, from applying them the correct way, how to get the most fullness out of your blow dries, and tips on how to maintain and get longevity from your blow dry throughout your week. So let's get started. So products I'm going to be using for today's video are by L'Oreal Professionnel. We recently started carrying this line in salon where I work, and I haven't gotten a ton of time to use them on myself, so I'm excited to try and see how they perform. I will be using their Densité Transformer Gel Fluidifier Blow Dry Cream, Fresh Dust Dry Shampoo, Next Day Hair, their Infinitum 3 hairspray, as well as their Extreme Lacquer hairspray. So to start off, I'm going to be applying their Densité to my roots first, as this is a thickening spray that's going to give you density and fullness at your roots. How to apply: you're gonna wanna lift your hair, apply it directly on your scalp in all the areas that you are wanting to see the most amount of fullness. I like to apply throughout my crown, the areas surrounding where I part my hair, throughout my sides, and just slightly in the back. I'm thinner on my right side in the back, so I focus it more there than on my left. After you have applied your root lifter, I like to use my fingers to spread the product throughout my scalp. This helps avoid any stiffness that the root lifter might cause. Next, I'm going to apply their Transformer Gel. This comes out gelish at first, and then it expands into foam. You're gonna wanna shake your can, and I like to start off with a gumball size, work between my hands, and apply first to my midsection, basically just below where you applied your root lifter, and work into the hair. Take another gumball size and apply further down on your ends. For my hair thickness, I tend to take about 3 to 4 ball size options to cover my whole hair, so just adjust as needed for your own hair. If you're worried about product feel, it's best to start with less, and you can always use more next time if you're unfamiliar with a product. After you've applied your root lifter and mousse, I like to apply some sort of conditioning blow dry cream. This part is optional, but it's a nice balance to the dryness that volume products can sometimes give you. I'm using the Fluidifier Blow Dry Cream. I have yet to use this one on myself, but some of my clients I've used it on, they swear by it. They absolutely love it. It's a 10 benefit leave-in. Some of those being heat protection, frizz control, shine, shape control, and the most interesting part with this product is that it has a thermoreactive agent in it, meaning for, I believe it's up to 48 hours, you are still getting protection from this. So when you go to reshape your hair on day 2 or curl it later in the week, all which I will be doing in the video, you're gonna get that heat protection still, as well as the other benefits. So I'm very excited to try this. I like to start with just 1 pump at a time, apply to my ends, work my way up, use more if needed. You can opt to put this in first if you're wanting to get the most nutrients from it, but for this video, I'm trying to create the most fullness, so that's why I add the volume products first, and then I add my conditioning cream after. Now that all your styling products are in, you, for your final step, are gonna wanna take your wet brush and brush through your hair. This helps spread all the product all through your hair evenly, and then you're gonna wanna start your blow dry. I like to start off with a light rough dry, just getting a little bit of the moisture out of my hair while moving my blow dryer in a circular motion. Next, I section my hair off and I start drying from the back and work my way up. You're gonna wanna make sure while you're blow drying that you are lifting the hair straight up as much as possible. This is what's gonna give you the most lift. If you like more bend in your ends, you're gonna wanna roll your hair onto your brush to get the most movement. And when you get to your top sections, you want to try and over direct your hair as much as possible to get even more lift and fullness at your root. And to really set your style in, I like to use my Cool Shot button to lock the fullness into place. It gives you a little bit more hold and also leaves a little more shine in the hair. So here are my results. We've got a nice full blow dry. Using these L'Oreal products, I'm able to run my hands through my hair. There's surprisingly literally no product feel in my hair at all. I am shocked. Usually volume products leave some sort of product feel. No product feel at all, super soft. If you like even more fullness, teasing is a great way to add that extra kick to your final look, especially if over directing while drying is difficult for you. You're gonna wanna take your section, lightly coat your hair with hairspray. I'm using L'Oreal's Infinitum 3 hairspray, as it's a great working spray. Take the fine side of your comb and tease. I like to comb down on my scalp about 5 times in a row, coat once more with hairspray, and then smooth out. And you're gonna do that all throughout your hair where you're wanting to see more lift. You do wanna make sure you are teasing each section the same amount of times though, so it's even everywhere. And I typically just kind of tease in like the top halo area of my head. Once you have fully finish your style, I like to do a final spray of hairspray everywhere. You can either opt to use a working spray or a stronger hold hairspray. Both the Infinitum 3 and Extreme Lacquer are gonna give you frizz control and hold, but the Infinitum 3 is a working spray and the Extreme Lacquer is a much stronger hold that boasts it's great for holding volume in the hair and fullness. You could also use a stronger spray as well for your teasing if hold is what's most important to you. With that being said, I'm gonna finish off with the Extreme Lacquer to see how it performs. I typically prefer more of a working spray, but this is gonna be a nice way to see how stiff it is, how well the hold is, and I'm just gonna lightly coat it everywhere. You don't have to spray a ton, just enough to set. The more you spray, the harder it's gonna be to brush out later. When showering throughout your week, you wanna put a shower cap on your hair. This is so key, especially if you have finer hair. You don't want any steam or heat from the shower getting on your hair that's gonna flatten it out. I like to just use a soft scrunchie, loop it just once, trying to avoid any kinks, and place my cap on. Another tip is to sleep with your hair in a ponytail on the top of your head. I feel like it's keeping all of those roots lifted, and I find for me that it leaves the least crease in my hair compared to when I sleep with it down and pulled back. I typically will do 2 days straight, and on my 3rd day curl, and then sometimes I can even go a 4th day depending on how hard I work out, how hot it is, and whether or not you like dry shampoo. You're still gonna have to reshape your hair when wearing it straight. To do that, you're just gonna essentially do the same steps that you did with your original blow dry. You're obviously not gonna be spending as much time on it because your hair is already dry, but this is also where the perk of that fluidifier comes in. You're getting that heat protection for your reshaping, and you of course can always opt to use a heat protectant spray on top of that as well. MoroccanOil's Perfect Defense is one of my favorites for that. Essentially, the heat from your blow dry when you're reshaping is gonna kind of kick your roots up again. You can opt to use that cool shot button as well. Tease if you like, and set with hairspray. Dry shampoo is another great way to extend the life of your blow dry. It's gonna get all the oils that build up on your scalp off. I'm using Fresh Dust. This is an invisible powder dry shampoo, and dry shampoos are also a great way to give some added texture to kick up your roots. On my 2nd day prior to reshaping, I will spray just the smallest amount on my roots, not a ton. I got on my treadmill in the morning that day, so I had just the smallest amount of sweat, and I mostly focused the dry shampoo right on my part line and just lightly on my sides. I'll use more as my week continues. The Fresh Dust, it did a nice job. It did what I wanted it to do the first morning, and I really like how my hair reshaped in the morning from the products I used before. I got nice fullness everywhere, and even when I got home, I felt my hair held up great from the Densité, Transformer Gel, and the Fluidifier, and it still felt super soft. After my 2 days of wearing it straight, I like to curl my hair. It just gives a little bit more fullness, I feel, especially if I feel like I'm starting to lose my fullness. And after I have curled my hair, I like to use a texture spray to give even more movement to it. I'm using Next Day Hair. This, I will lift my hair up, spray on my roots throughout my ends. The spray, to me, I felt just had enough texture to it. It was definitely not stiff, and it finally took out some of that softness that all the products were giving me prior. I'm not sure how many people can relate to this, but I prefer my hair to feel a little stiff. I hate it feeling too soft, so I was happy that it finally gave me some grit to my hair, and it gave just enough texture to get that fullness to my curls, and it gives a small amount of hold as well. All of these products were great for me throughout my week. My day 3 that evening, I spent outside having wine with some friends, and my curls stayed nice. The fullness kept in my hair into the 4th day. Even the Extreme Lacquer, it was not super stiff, and it gave great hold, and I actually think I prefer the Extreme Lacquer over the Infinitum 3, so I will link all these below in the description if you guys care to check any out. So there we have my routine and tips for getting a full blow dry and how to make it last throughout your week. Honestly, the more effort you put in your initial blow dry is what's really gonna help give it the longevity. So definitely try your best to over direct and lift that hair. I worked out 2 days and I went 4 days before needing to wash my hair again. And the added tips of using a shower cap, sleeping with your hair up, the dry shampoo really helps make that possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you did. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.